So if you recall, I got that new, what I'm told is a dead cat for my GoPro. Well, believe it or not, after using it for a day, it looks like something happened because all this video that I've got, for the most part, was not recorded audio-wise. I think maybe my, plug came undone. I don't know, but I'm going to have to do a little voiceover for you guys. What I'm doing here is I'm cutting all of my X bracing. This is permanent bracing that is going to go into the building, and that will be behind the walls when we're finished. So I'm just doing some calculations on this app that you guys have seen me use. It's called Builder's Helper, and I'm just getting everything cut up, and then I'll go ahead and install it. So once I got my bracing on, we're coming up here to straighten out the wall, and as you can see, we got this string line. What we do is we take our square and we'll place it right on the back side of every tail location, and our goal is to get it to rub right on the face of that string, and we'll go down and do that on every tail from one end to the other. The only tricky thing that you got to deal with here is wind, and we usually just eyeball the center. If it looks straight, it is straight. Remember that, guys. But we'll just go through, and so where this one here is pointing that way, I'm basically going to use that chain that we have on this truss, and I'm going to tighten it, and that will bring it the way I want it to go. And we'll just go through, and we'll do it on every single one. Yeah, what a waste of time. That dead cat not only ruined my audio for this couple days, but also is taking up some valuable visual appeal on these videos. Sorry about that. We're putting a chain around the bottom cord of every truss that has to move, and we just pull it with a binder the way we want it to go. Now that we've gone through and we've checked every tail, the string line never lies, we can take our square, put it right on the back side of every tail location, and we're all good. So at this point, all we have to do for this side of the roof is we're going to basically put a tape measure from the peak down to the overhang, and we will use that to get a square and make sure that our peak is square to our eave, and then we're ready to start roofing. 45-foot panels. It's always a little fun picking them up. Let's see. So 2,079 pounds per bundle. It looks like they got about 22 in a pack. So I got 4 packs because there's 44 sheets per side. So what we like to do is we throw our straps around it, get it to curl, and usually they pick up pretty good. All right, 2,000 pounds plus the plank should be no problem. It's a big old sheet, Greg. They are monsters. right, gorgeous morning. We're gonna get going on this roof. There's no breeze. We've got that half done. This half we want to start, but there's a lot of frost up there right now. Greg's a little bit concerned for his safety, but no big deal because we're prepped for this side. It's been hitting sun since the sun popped up this morning, so the frost has already melted off these purlins and we can get going. So we'll just go ahead, whip this side out, come back around this way. We're gonna lay this all tonight, so we're gonna get it all today, right, Greg? What a difference calm weather and an extra guy makes. We are just whipping this roof out. We're gonna be through this first bunk of steel with this half of a roof. And I don't even know if we've been roofing for an hour yet. So obviously we got a lot of screws to do, but the main goal is to get the roof laid out, get a couple rows through it so if any wind did come up, it doesn't do anything. But then we'll spend probably all afternoon putting in, I don't know, how many screws, Greg? 40,000? Heck yeah, back from lunch. Friday, sun's shining, there's like zero wind. I don't even have my dead cat on the microphone and you don't hear any breeze. Last quarter of the roof, we got the front side completely laid, partially screwed down. We'll go back later, but the goal is to get the roof on, temp screwed down, that way it can't go anywhere, and wind or rain, we're good to go. Probably seen these 2x12s in a lot of the footage and you ask yourself, why would you put those 2x12s on the roof? Well, A, it adds rigidity while we're framing the trusses, but also once we do this, it basically ties the truss in to the 2x12, which has got some structure to it. So when we need to move, you know, a section of the wall or the overhang to get it straight, if we put a chain in one spot, it usually brings the whole thing with it. Versus if you don't run these 2x12s or an LVL or something, you might have to add tons of different bracing to get it to straighten out. Otherwise it might be in, out, in, out. This kind of brings it all together, and then you usually only have to use 1 or 2 chains. So, little tip. I don't know if anybody else does this, but it definitely helps us with straightening out our buildings, especially the big ones. A lot of screwing, about 3 hours straight. Not a bad way to end a Friday. Roof done.